Bonsoir, mes amis. It's time to see what the French can do. Envy versus LDLC. Let's not forget, of course, neither side have been able to make too much of a dent on the tippy top of Counter-Strike as of late. But now they clash in the Pro League, which is where a lot of those teams start to find their footing. We have just witnessed a split series, Na'Vi and Space Soldiers.
Yeah, for EnVyUs, it isn't about finding their footing. It's about finding a way out of that cave.
The pit of despair.
The pit of despair.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Maybe with some of the roster changes that they've had, Kiyoshima back in the scene after he was removed from FaZe. Maybe he was the missing piece, the solution for one's hand, not the problem.
I'm really not that excited for the prospect of that. He hasn't played professionally for, what, maybe 6 months now? Around that sort of time. Is he really going to be the firepower they need, like coming in replacing Sixer? Sure, Sixer was not amazing for them.
Listen, Kiyoshima is definitely a firepower upgrade over Sixer. Actually, I believe anyone would be. So can't be worse than that.
I'll wait until I see the results.
He would be a better operator. Even if
no, God.
Go on, no one more.
Come on, you mean you started?
Them up.
You started.
No, I'm done.
Okay, right. He's hanging it up for now.
Just to know as well, Hadji's come up from the academy team.
Yeah.
Another prospect from that system. We've obviously got Golden, who just won IEM with Fnatic coming from the academy team. We've got Mertz, who just saw play earlier from the academy team of North, and now EnVyUs have brought one in as well. If it's going to have the same impact, I'm not so sure. Hadji was a player I casted at Gfinity. He might have been there as well. He was playing for that team. They were okay. He didn't stand out particularly.
Was that Gfinity 2015?
No, 2017 actually, Alex. But yeah,
okay.
I knew that was an event that was close to your heart.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm just hanging out with the guys. Now, talking a little bit more actually about you know, some of the strategies and some of the insufficiencies on the French sides like Envy and LDLC. We actually have a special treat. Now, this is a little bit of a deviation from. It's all revolving around bomb plants. Why don't we take a look and we'll come right back with some analysis.
In CSGO, a bomb plant is as simple as ABC. But for pro players, a bomb plant is a strategic choice. In the group stage match between Astralis and SK Gaming, Astralis' in-game leader Glaive chose to plant the bomb in the open, instead of playing it safe and planning behind one of the many boxes. When the bomb is planted, he starts a huge rotation around the map. A risky move because he leaves his two teammates on A site.
They did get the bomb down, so not all is lost for Astralis. If they could somehow defend this planted bomb, well, that would be just a feat of pure miracle, wouldn't it, Henry?
Yeah, it would indeed. They've got 2 AKs to do it. 1 flashbang, a 4 versus 3. Magist knows.
Without getting a single refrag, leaving Glaive in a 1 versus 4. But because of his tactical bomb plant and his rotation to short, he gets an angle on the bomb and the counter-terrorist defusing it.
And here comes a spray off a catwalk. Glaive picking up 1, 2. Can he grab the 3rd and potentially win this round for Astralis? I don't know. He's going to have to run and stop the defuser. He does it! Ladies and gentlemen, Glaive has found success.
That's insane.
Enabling him to take down 4 CTs and clutching the crucial round.
There you have it. That was some incredible. Feel the blood pumping when you hear that man's voice.
I'm not so sure about the play, but the casting was excellent. I have to say, very good.
Yeah, Stunner. I mean, the caster, for anyone wondering, it's almost like anyone can do it.
Absolutely, yes, indeed. Oh, that was a lot of fun. Actually, you had Henry and Stunner. I was about to call him Trace.
That was the funny thing is that's the one game. Like when someone comes to a cast with me, it's just like, well, it should be quite a quiet one. We're hoping 2-0, nice and quick. That was like all the maps, the sickest plays ever, the biggest blunders of all time. Like Device Molotoving himself, and that Glaive 1 versus 4. We've seen a few of those from that position in particular. That short spray down towards the bomb, but that was something quite special to keep Astralis in the game and ultimately take the map. It was a lot of fun to cast.
I mean, yeah, what's so interesting about that play in particular, just while we're on the topic, is the fact that he had such little time and would have had no opportunity to win the round if he hadn't gone for that little reposition, that kind of jump over what people call it Phelps now, but jumping down and getting that frag with like half a second left on the defuse. That was really quite spicy.
Yeah, the presence of mind for him to realize that if he just stays on cat and re-peaks, you know, he's going to die. I'm not 100% sure if he could even see the diffuser from that angle, so he jumps down, gets on the stairs, and he had one. You know, he had like maximum, like, I have time to, you know, reposition crosshair, but can't think about it too much, and he nailed it. And also it's important, you look at this video and you're like, planting the bomb, what a complex strategy it is. Let's make a video about this. But actually, you would be surprised how many times people botch that, you know. sometimes not planting the bomb in time, sometimes not going for the plant while the smokes are still there. Sometimes it's a miscommunication. The safe plant in those two, default and firebox, and then a guy's in ramp and just like plays it safe, and he can't do anything to stop the defuse.
Just a note as well, that kind of play is not designed for, right, Glaive, we'll leave you in a 1 versus 4, it's going to be super sick, you'll get the easy spray down. It's not really supposed to be like that. Like, obviously, it's supposed to be a 2 versus 2, and then they can really challenge and pressure the bomb. We have seen a few plays like that. I think the last one I can remember was Silence at Counter.
Barbar. There was Barbar.
He did that. That was at Gfinity, actually, I think.
Barbar was the qualifier or the EU minor 20.
That's right. PGL.
16, yeah.
Yes, I do. Oh, that does
It
ring
was
a
the
bell.
it wasn't the Dandy
I'm saying there's
Pixel
been a few of them. There was definitely one Silent did at
Yeah.
that event, which was against EnVyUs.
Who's Silent?
He plays for
North American team.
NRG, North American.
Hey everyone, we do have some friends joining us at the desk as well. We do have a bit of time to fill. Does sound like EnVy just
The
going to be...
Barbar fail was actually a quad. Indeed.
Yeah, you've come into the wrong point of the discussion.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just
Well, can we start?
we can retell you everything we've been talking about while you've been away.
Can we start a new discussion?
Sure, absolutely.
Whatever you want, Chad.
Yeah,
That's right. It's all about
obviously.
Chad. So hang on. Let's make this desk look the way it should. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
ahead.
Okay.
The Golden Boy would like a new topic. If we can pick one here, I want Yanko to decide the topic.
Okay.
And I would like it to be about the next match, please.
Ah, yes.
Don't take that away. I brought that in so I could drink it when I'm not on camera. It's really hot in here and I haven't had time yet. So can I have that back, please?
You can have it back.
I'll just bring that out right now.
Aw.
Topic about this game, Chad.
Yes.
You didn't have anything more difficult to give me.
No, I was thinking we could talk about Kirishima.
Exactly.
now
You see how he does it? Like, can we talk about, you pick the topic and then he says, we can talk about Kirishima.
Yeah, no,
okay, Chad,
actually,
let's talk
you know
about
what?
Kirishima.
This is going to be a hosting task, but I'm going to try it. Let's do a 4-man desk. Are you ready?
5-man.
Five-man desk.
Well,
Yeah, it's fine. I don't count. Whatever.
As an
I can leave.
analysis. 4-man people have
How
to
many
control.
people are at the
Not real. I just simply ask questions and fade away.
That's a good point of conversation.
Yeah, okay. Okay, that's a segue. We could run with
We can
it.
talk about that. Well, the reason is why sometimes, I guess me and Chad are similar in this manner, like why we maybe wonder why existence isn't in a tier 1 team. It's because you look at the way Counter-Strike is being played at the moment, and you look at some of his teams in the past, most notably the very games era, right?
Yeah.
They were very methodical, very disciplined. I think discipline is the key word. And nowadays, when you see so much running and gunning and teams running out of ideas on T side and CT side, you think someone like him could be a huge asset for a team.
When the game first came out, they were playing it like Source. There was like carbon copy from their Source teams. That's how you played Source. You did really slow tactics, execution-based pretty much all the time, especially in CGS, maybe not. But that was a lot more running and gunning. With Source was very much the French style with lots of grenades, loads of coordinated splits and everything like that. And that's what they were great
Like
at.
you look in the sky and
as the game developed, it came into like the Fnatic sort of days, and then that was completely thrown out the window, right? It's all about running, gunning, kind of going in as a squad, good fundamentals, but not sort of focusing so much on the strategies and the fakes and all that sort of stuff. That's starting to come back, though, like the fact is more methodical CS could be an exit plan for some of these teams that don't really have the tactical depth, and maybe he could be the answer to a lot of problems like G2 are having and EnVyUs. So,
yeah, and that's the kind of the next question. The follow-up to that is, there's often rumors or, whatever it is that, some players don't get along with other players. And my question is that reason to not try like a roster because you've had a bad experience with a player in the past or you have a grudge? I mean, I feel like when it comes to how much money's on the line and, if you just look at ability or capability, is there a reason?
The question is always posed, can you separate personal from pleasure? It's different per person based on their personality, and it has to be mutual. One person can't assume that this is personal and just assume that they're also thinking that. They might think it's business. It has to be a complete understanding of what is what. So in certain situations, yes, if they understand professionalism and they want to win and they're both on the same page in that regard, they can put their personal differences behind them.
Right.
But in most situations, one of them is at least going to have a grudge. That's going to slowly nitpick at the teams. That's going to pull it apart. So unfortunately, Not very many people in this world are very good at separating personal from business. Unfortunately, I'm about the only one in the world that is.
Right.
So it makes it really hard for teams to work.
So they just they
Are
can't
we talking
kind of.
about CS still here or life?
But that is life.
That sounded like
I was wondering where you were going. You were giving me this look. That's why I threw this like I'm the only one.
CS
No,
is
I
life,
don't
guys.
understand.
I was like, no, I actually agree with you when it comes to CS on that part. You know, teams don't necessarily need to be best friends in order to work. And I understand in Existence's case, he's played with, you know, both G2 and EnVyUs players in the past, and there's clear, you know, reasons that they don't want to play with his style again. So, all right, you can continue to be mediocre for the rest of your roster, tenures, whatever.
I mean, it must be something, Chad, that you experience when in your tenure as a player, when it comes to kind of, you know, being able to play with characters that you can't necessarily always control. I mean, I feel like that's such an interesting conversation to be had about how you can separate, if you can separate, you know, the professionalism and what the player's capable of in the server to what's happening outside of it.
Yeah, there were definitely clashes, you know, within the Renegades team when I was on there towards the end of personalities that weren't getting along, and that would transition into game, right?
It did?
Yeah, because I think, like, for us, we were still relatively new to being a full-time professional team. And for young people, it's very difficult to have that distinction, especially young people who have never worked a proper job, right? If you haven't worked an actual job in your life and the first way you've ever made money is Counter-Strike, that's all you've ever known. And it's an emotional investment, right? Because you're playing 8 hours a day. It's something you love. It's the thing that we're all obsessive personalities involved in this Counter-Strike world, right? And all esports. And we put 110% into everything with it. So it's always going to be emotional, right? Yeah. I think when you get to the level of Astralis and you have a support network and they can help you separate all those different things, then it starts to get a little bit different.
They've got a goddamn office.
Well, just the other thing, too, like, to keep in mind, just to put this into a layman perspective for people, you know, listening at home, you play matchmaking or you play ESCA, whatever it is. You always have a person you prefer to play with the most for a couple of reasons. One is it's more fun, but in being more fun, you trust that person more because, you know, we're friends, Alex. Hey, you can push B, I'll cover you. You know,
and you kind of work together.
If you don't really get
more,
along with the person, they're like, hey, can you push? I'll flash. You're like, no, I'm not going to listen to you. Like, you just you have a better chemistry with people that you like. That's natural. You have to have fun with it. And I think a lot of times if you aren't getting along, that teamwork will break down.
Only for me, it's the eyes.
Sorry?
You gotta have nice eyes.
Nice eyes.
Nice eyes.
Yeah.
Nice eyes are important. Absolutely. Well, I am actually receiving word that not only are Envy just going to be taking a moment to connect, we are just going to be solving some technical hitches as well.
On our end or their end?
A little bit of both. So
you know what we need for a 4-man desk, Alex?
What's
the
that?
salt shaker.
You're right here.
Right, I'm just going to go ahead and just throw this right over to a break. So let's just get the hell out of this, whatever we've found ourselves in. Guys, do stay tuned. I promise we will be bringing you back. That last game was going to get everything solved and tickety-boo. We'll be right back with LDLC Envy.
Incendiary out.
Did I seriously get that dude in smoke?
Yo. Oh my.
Game, record, and stream without compromise. An Intel Core i7.
Be focused. Be uncompromising. Be the best and never hold out. Pick your event. Place your bet. No matter who you are or what you're here for, it's our passion that unites us. Betway, for the love of the game.
Hey Future Pros, Cash is back on the menu again boys, so let's dig in. This smoke is great for blocking off CT Heaven for a safer passage onto the A side. To execute it, hop onto these small electric boxes. Find this antenna and aim at the middle of the left pole. Let the nade soar through the skies and you'll be gifted with a tasty smoke. Combine with more side smokes to make the CTs angry.
Well, Rush is a future pro. You could be too on ESEA. Go sign up, get your game in, and we are going to get ours started. Team LDLC versus Team EnVy. It's a French battle, and they've got a French event coming up. It's going to be fairly exciting.
More French in the server, actually. A little bit surprised about that. The, I guess, Existence being booted off the team. Mr. Logan coming into play. Roster changes on the other side of things as well. Haji replaced Sixer, and XMS was replaced by Kiyoshima. The problem, however, I was having a quick little gander at the scoreboard while we're waiting for these two teams to get squared away, get in the server, get ready and raring to go. And it did appear that XMS had joined the server, so maybe he's standing in for someone tonight who's having technical difficulties, but I'm sure we'll
The good news is this frees up Existence from contract for G2.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. They're pretty stubborn, those Frenchmen.
You know what, though? The interesting thing, you're right, is that they bring Kiyoshima back in, who once said he would never play in the French scene again.
I wonder why you'd make a comment like that.
You never know where your career is going to take you.
Exactly.
It certainly didn't keep him with FaZe.
Well, he's had a lot of downtime, and this is his first real step back in the competitive scene. He was impressive as a support player for EnVyUs in the past. He's back with a different mix of players. Let's see what he can bring to this roster here today. Yes, XMS is definitely in the server. Who are we missing? Haji is not in. Haji was from the EnVyUs Academy team. He does not appear to be in right now, so I'm sure we'll learn more about that as the game unfolds. Alex, the fake Frenchman, the Brit, with the opener right there.
I've heard most British people wish they actually were French.
I'm a fake Brit.
Well, that's even worse. I mean, they did exile you at one point in time, as we sit 4-on-4. Haji, I remember casting a few times in the Academy team. Henry and I think, saw him at maybe Assembly and then a few others.
I saw him at a Gfinity Elite series. He was playing there.
Oh, yeah, Gfinity. I never worked with those guys.
They were pretty cool.
They seem all right. I know they do some stuff with the F1 guys. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Maniac spotting toward the inside of the site. Can't find the shot on Mr. Stand-In.
DJ Maniac, as he likes to be known, will go down to XMS. Bomb will soon follow. RPK back from illness.
Because he's looking sick.
Well, he did spend a lot of time in a hospital in North America after the major went down, but this retake is on, and they're going to have a rough time getting in here as Toinu rattles off a couple shots into the pit. Now, Devil up close. We'll go down to Kiyoshima, making his impact felt early, and RPK finishing off Logan, the new boy, the youngster, someone we haven't seen or heard a lot of before. This will be an interesting, I guess, learning lesson for us, Matthew. You did say you hadn't learned anything new today. Well, I guess here's your chance.
Is it knowledge worth retaining? Let me see.
Anything.
I think what I've learned today is that some things in life just don't matter.
That is very profound. And you know what doesn't matter? The Mac Daddy strat is back out from the Frenchman. 5
Sick.
Mac 10s.
Sick.
I hate to see it.
No, I love to see it.
There's a...
Pour some sugar on me, Mac Daddy. I'm ready.
Now, look, there is a reason that the Mac 10s don't tend to go down so well in this kind of environment. It's because you don't really have the versatility to take different styles of duels, but they want to be up close and personal here, and the Seasons are happy with that, but Maniac wind it up. We'll go down to Kyo. Alex is going to find an exchange, but...
Kiyoshima!
Not the problem after all.
Maybe he just wanted to come back to the French scene so he could slay them together. That's not bad as he gets 3 kills. Kyo still on the balcony and all of that. Never actually committed to the site. Smoke down in front of the library. And a 4 versus 2 will ensue, and he'll wrap back around. Devil and Logan looking to save. Logan, such a profound fragger, they actually made a film about him last year.
I like that movie.
Never saw it. Don't care for action movies. They're all usually
It's a little bit
equally
different. Have you seen Deadpool?
I like Deadpool.
You probably like that one then.
All right, fair enough. Maybe I'll give it a go. I like the fact that Deadpool doesn't take itself seriously, because that's the problem with all. Like, that Avengers movie that's coming out looks terrible. I'm just going to say it right now.
Basically, it's just a way to
make money.
mind-numbingly kill time.
Yeah, make money.
But some of the stuff is okay.
I'm not a fan of any of those action movies. Let's not get me started. That'll just get me going in a direction we don't even go in. Keo, look at this. I said he was up on the top of the balcony. He was down and then he went back up. He actually did drop into the pit. It's sort of like his career. Once up, now down, back up again, perhaps now that he's on a team. I imagine he's still living in the UK.
Yeah, I think he definitely would be residing there. Anyway, this round should be pretty easy for Envy now that they forced the majority of the players on the LDLC side just down to those USPs.
Is this? Oh no, it's pallet, so it's a double. Look how high the man can be. That is a foot on the top of your screen.
I wonder if you... As I was wondering, the USPs are going to ring true. 2 big kills there from Alex, and that's 2 guns on the ground to be scavenged.
It's a really tough angle to look up to. You wouldn't expect to look that high. So Alex gets 2 headshots, looking down on him from above. Logan tries to elevate himself in a similar nature on Orange's 2, but RPK will make it through. The smoke goes to the site. Alex will push through both smokes. That gets him quite far in. Not spotted the second he gets inside. So he's actually able to hide behind the wall at water. Do they know that he's here? That's the better question. It's Devil perhaps to distract, but Scream, accurate as ever, takes the headshot, and Envy, well, should take the round. I was going to say will take the round. They should take the round. It's just Devil in a 1 versus 3.
Not a lot he can do here. Can he kill? Maybe grab one of those AK-47s. That's the best that he can possibly hope for going into the first gun round. Now, I explain this time and time again. There he goes down. Now, the issue is, if you force buy on the first gun round, you go into, on the first anti-eco round, you go into the first gun round with not too much Skrilla. And you need that fresh Skrilla to buy yourself a weapon, some armor, a defuse kit, and utility. And right now, as tab is being held, you can see no kits on the side of the LDLC. So if the bomb does go down, they have a very tough time retaking. That 10-second defuse has to come in. Look at the left-hand side of your screen as well. The player bar's there. Maniac with a smoke and a flash on Logan, a Molotov on Alex, as well as a smoke grenade. Now, this utility will be dispensed. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, that's where you were going. I got it. I knew what you
wanted.
wanted.
In the end, pretty early, and Toino will find an AWP kill as Envy journey up middle relatively quickly. A missed smoke hits Keo in the side of the head. So they want arch side control. Will be granted it. There are 2 players in library. 4 members on the A bomb site now. As Devil finds Keo and he finds RPK. That's a nice 2-piece. And Scream left alive now. Happy with the classic lurk. We've never seen him with this playstyle before. On his own towards the B bomb site. We'll go down to Logan here in a minute. Not checking his corners. And Logan bloodlusting. Wants a second kill. Wants to take down Scream.
Scream at the corner is going to try and work his way in slowly. Still has the bomb with 44 seconds, but can't hit the shot. Logan does get his second kill. Didn't have to go too hungry for it. First round for LDLC.
Flawless round as well, and that just that puts them in a real good position now because they can buy up all that utility that they were lacking last round. When you are missing utility, you have to play in more heads up, more forward positions, and Toino was doing that. He was able to grab an AWP kill from the quad side, giving them a number advantage, and then some interesting off angles being played from the LDLC members. And they were able to find more kills in transition. EnVyUs not necessarily the most strategic in terms of utility use to clear all those corners. They do have a couple of nice set pieces. Just the counter aggression will come out. Devil doing a lot of damage to his teammate there, but both will go down to RPK. The B-bomb site not open business as Logan has closed that door in front of them.
Is he ever? In fact, that time there was team damage that actually went through. Logan definitely put shots into RPK first, but Scream had to take the shots. His teammate going down leaves us with Happy and XMS. They're both over toward A, but the bomb is nowhere to be seen. It's still down, covered off by Mr. Logan. See it now on your planes. It's usually part of the entertainment, I think, at this point. I know Air Canada had it. XMS to work his way back inside of the site. Twanu has to go aggressive and catch him back off, perhaps, because Logan overextends, having sat out by the bags, and so too does Twanu. Maniac realizes the problem. They've now got the bomb, and they can book it back to A. Happy's going to hold, and it's that's a round they should not have lost. I'm sorry.
It's a very confusing round, back and forth, like a pendulum swing back and forth, right? And yo-yos up and down.
Yeah, I usually use the pendulum to describe momentum, which according to some Reddit users doesn't exist, which obviously they don't know the game very well.
Like momentum doesn't exist in Counter-Strike?
Exactly. Someone tried to make a thread saying that the casters need to stop talking about momentum because it's not a thing.
Oh, okay. Well, how many professional Counter-Strike matches do you reckon those Muppets
Well, he said, I've played Counter-Strike Go from the beginning. All right, cool. Neat. Still in silver.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure momentum exists in everything in your life. It's like motivation, right?
Motivation is actually just a word we put on something else. So motivation is caused by something. It's just like the word that we describe the emotion that's caused. It needs a stimula. Or stimula. Yeah.
I think if you do things, it can help breed motivation. If you make your bed every day.
I've heard that because it makes you feel accomplished as soon as you get out of bed, which breeds better activity in that regard.
Yeah.
It's a mindset.
There's a couple of rules that people should follow in life. That's one of them. Make your bed every day. And the other one is be nice to your mum.
I definitely do that.
Well, I hope these players have been nice to their mums. Pistols will be out in the hands of the LDLC players. 4 members on the A-bomb site. And 4 terrorists who are in striking distance, now picking up that C4. Alex is getting a little bit curious over towards the quad side, but thinks better of it. Scamper's back. Maniac takes his position just as I say that. And XMS is going to have a duel as he rounds the corner. Opening kill. The flash was a little too late, but Alex got a kill of his own. A lot of work to do from the pitters. Quickly dispatch Happy out through the smoke. We'll find the kill. RPK takes down Devil. Bomb should follow. And a relatively clean round, all things considered. As EnVyUs were making their way into the A stack. Logan will do well to find a kill, potentially pick up a weapon, and hold on to that armor in CZ, taking it into the following. He's matched his gun skin
to his gloves. I always point that out. It's something people don't do it. Like those bright green gloves with like green and blue work, but with red, it's like, oh my god.
And he also, his knife is red. He's got the red.
No, it's the way it should be done. The man's a smart man. Happy on the hunt. Happy hunting against Logan. See if he can even spot him inside of the apartments. Does certainly have a teammate with him, so they should inevitably get the trade. Is it really worth it for emergencies? That if one of them goes down because the other one's on low HP, Logan might still get away with. Never mind.
With a bullet in the brain. Good night, sweet prince. Well, Maniac is on 0-0-5, so he hasn't even tickled anyone enough to get an assist on the board just yet. We saw that last game with the Space Soldiers in-game leader, Major, not getting a kill in the first half. Pretty detrimental. I'm getting enough rounds on the board to even seem competitive against Na'Vi. And pistols again for LDLC. We've seen them more with pistols thus far than weaponry. Aggressive play this time. Nades coming out through Banana and middle. Alex is pushing fast, swift, and quick.
Oh, that flash timing nearly works perfectly. Luckily, Scream gets his vision back, but they don't account for Maniac and Devil to be in the same position. The Devil did go down to Georgia, but Envy still win the round.
You'd think Devil would get a lot of kills because the map we're on.
Inferno? Who's the writer that wrote those books?
I can't read, so.
Me neither. I don't even know where my Kindle is right now.
I was very optimistic. On this stint of 25 days, I bought 3 novels. I haven't read a single page.
Yeah, you're doing good, son. Keep it up.
At least I'm pretending. All right. I'm going around now. He's actually going to smoke himself off there. Was going to negate any Molotov that was designed to displace him. Aggressive, as usual. Gets caught out. To run back, but in transition, XMS will find him. Maniac on the trade. Gets his first kill of the game, but has a lot more terrorists to deal with. The flashbang comes out, screaming in his face. Good night, Maniac. That's the bomb site open. And the retake is an impossibility here for LDLC. He does have so much utility left. They can delay, delay, and delay. But Happy, he doesn't want to let them save. He's already there. He already wants these kills. He's going to call out the noise he's just heard. The rest of his teammates should come pushing very swiftly. Happy should wait here, but I don't know, he's so close. So that's going to be a free kill onto Devil. And Logan, he just looks scared every round, Matt. He's left always against it.
Yeah. Bad movie, bad superhero. Bad player, Counter-Strike. No, I'm just kidding. That's
we don't know. We haven't seen
I haven't seen the movie, so I'm just trying to go along with a theme that's trying to troll people, but I'm just making things up at this point in time. I'm sure he's going to stay alive if he keeps his head down, but he hasn't done that, and thankfully he's got the accuracy at least to take down Kishima. It's 7-1 for Envy on the T side of Inferno. 3rd straight series we've seen Inferno as the first map. Speaking again that Inferno is the best map.
Yeah. I quite like it. I like Cobblestone, though, so I'm mentally ill.
Yeah. I mean, people were trying to say when I tweeted, like, time to see Dust 2 again. people were saying remove cash. And I was like, if you can't play cash,
I think they're updating canals. God, what am I? Am I British now? Am I going to say
Cash?
pasta?
Sorry?
The map. CANALS.
Canals.
I felt like I said it with a pompous British accent.
Canals.
Yeah, I was like, pasta.
Okay, carry
Yogurt. Anyway, they're updating that map. They might bring it into the map pool with Dust 2. Imagine if they removed 2. Or if they got rid of, like...
Why don't we just expand the map pool?
To 9.
I think we're ready for it at this point.
I like expansions.
I'm all for it. It would be
like
much more exciting for me to watch.
Alrighty, so LDLC are at a point in the game where they feel like they have to buy, right? So they've got their pistols again. They also have max loss bonus, and Logan was able to hold on to that M4, loses it very quickly. The dominoes tumble. This is seeming like it's going to be a quick game.
Alex working his way down Banana. He's got the M4, he's got the smoke, so he'll redress that and then allow him to push a little bit deeper into position. Right side, stuck into the corner, is Happy. He's gonna hold, make sure that Alex doesn't go any further, and in doing that, allow his team to move exactly that direction over toward A, or rather do the exact action that he is denying. Advance. He's going to be pushed back as well on the CZ, leaving the Alex rifle as the only rifle left. It wins against Happy, and Maniac doesn't need a rifle. He's got just a gun, which is essentially an SMG. And so too does Twanu. The CZ-75's come up with 2 kills. Scream left to recover bomb down. Tries as well to bait out Twanu, who's more than certainly prepared. 7-2 in a round that shouldn't have been won, arguably, based on the economy. We know that that doesn't really hold up in Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and LDLC proved that to be true.
Counter-Strike maths is one of my favorite things. Like, you have to look...
I took that in high school. It's harder than calculus.
Well, it's like, if you beat FaZe, and then FaZe can beat everybody else, then you're clearly the best team in the world. That's how the maths works, right?
No, that's how the fan logic works.
I don't prescribe to fan logic. I just look at the facts. And the fact is, Tornu is getting relatively aggressive here in the apartments with the AWP, seeking out information and frags. Don't have anybody that is going to walk in front of his crosshair just yet, but XMS is behind them. How has this happened?
Did he know that there was 2? It doesn't matter. Scream is the other one. Alex is going to try and get in between them. They're going to think it's clear, but no kill on Happy. He completely tunnels in, and Scream's able to get that kill as well. The fact that Happy got by was lucky, but they'll take it and take it to the A site. Bomb included, just to clear pit first. And then wait for the bomb plant. Devil and Logan. Logan needs a slogan.
He is always just saving. This poor dude.
That's kind of what I was going with, right? Like a bargain bin slogan kind of thing.
The thing is, in this situation, you're kind of locked out. You just have to save. There's no impact, hardly any damage done. Sure, Happy's on 2 HP, but once again, I point out the utility. What you have to do is just glance across to the middle of the screen on the right, and you can see Molotov on Scream, Flash on Scream, Molotov, Smoke, Flash on Kia, and Happy with, you know, full utility as well. Basically, if you're going to retake a bomb site going up against that, you got Buckley's to none of getting in. Devil will most likely hold on to this AK-47. Both Happy and Scream are way too far away to get anything done. And that's another round on the board for EnVyUs, looking very impressive.
Yeah, 8-2. And not only that, that comes off the back of a win that LDLC earned with pistols, and therefore after so many rounds in a row, they reset the loss bonus. The money system in Counter-Strike can be a cruel, cruel thing, and it's certainly going to show that way for LDLC. They'll pull out the op for 20, but that is all.
Yeah, when I was in-game leading and you got to this point in the game, sure, you could still salvage the half 8-7, and that'd be respectable. But if you, like, save up, take that full buy, you lose, then you're on eco again, even with, like, the loss bonus, you find yourself in that weird position of being in, like, 3.7, maybe 4.2k.
You have to wonder if that's the right call from Alex, by the way. One of the 2 rifles. He rushes mid, gets a kill, gets a dink, but now that rifle is gone.
Yeah, unsalvageable, right? Probably could have done the same thing with Maniac with the aggression. Maybe it was a spawn-based decision. But they're fighting for rounds, right? You need to turn the economy on its head. You mentioned the money situation for the CT sides. It's always very difficult to manage. And I'm not quite sure what's going on with the EnVy situation with Hadji not being in the server and them having XMS here standing in. So maybe more of a pack roll play coming in from EnVyUs, right? We have seen lots of walking up middle, lots of taking jewels in that kind of scenario instead of elaborate executes. Something normally synonymous with EnVy anyway. Looks like they're going to go A though now.
Is certainly ready on the AWP. If they do, XMS working out for the boiler doorway. Flash out. He'll be forced back. He's forced back, but he has Maniac to play off of. He could bait that CZ into a lethal position, and it works. Maniac with 2. Slides out for a second. Bomb on top of the barrels. They can happily watch over top of it. Keo's got 1, though, and he'll walk in, but not fast enough as Maniac gets 4 on a CZ75. And my God, is that gun ever balanced?
Sarcasm at its finest. Another round on the board for LDLC. You love to see it. Gonna make it as competitive as possible. We want all the rounds, all the maps, all the technical timeouts too. Maniac is having more impact now, so that's a positive thing to see. Gonna get aggressive with that AWP. Once more, peering down middle. No one wants to walk in front of his crosshair just yet. Alex, walk down off that. I'm not gonna get the kill. XMS is left on 34 points of health. Enough to still have impact, but he's very lucky to be alive. That should have been a kill there from Alex. He definitely should have converted that. Banana control also established. You can see these rounds playing out as we would expect. Okay, towards the top of Banana. Galil, enough utility at this point. See, what that pop flash by Devil there gave them information. The problem is they could just hide behind the wall. Because he hasn't pushed out, he hasn't actually maintained the ground. A minute left on the clock. There's still plenty of time for EnVy to make a decision on which bomb site they want to hit. They've got mid control. They've got banana control. This is an in-game leader's wet dream, Matthew.
Had a few of those once upon a time. As Scream will fall off of it. Flash out. Alex is able to dodge, but not to dodge his own teammates. So that's a bit of a miscue. That could have been lethal. And Alex was sweating it, waiting to see what transpired after the play. Thankfully, that splash did go far enough to catch anyone that was on the other side of the wall as well. And Alex, going around the corner, is able to spot XMS underneath the BMW, but Scream is the driver in the situation until, unfortunately, he runs into an immovable object. It's not the speed that kills you. It's the sudden slowing down.
Jeremy Clarkson.
That's correct.
First time Logan actually had a chance to have impact in the middle of a round, and RPK dispatches him like he's nothing, treating the young Frenchman like a piece of dirt. Bomb will be planted. Clock now begins. And Tornu, the AWP acting as a tail through his legs. Wants to save, wants to hold on to that expensive piece of equipment. $4,750 for that bad boy, Matt. Would you pay that?
No, I would probably invest into 2 sets of Pirellis at that point in time.
Okay.
That'll get me through one weekend.
All right. I was going to buy a snowboard. I wanted to get Burton do these bindings that are step in or step on. I forget.
Yeah. I know the ones.
And I thought it's good, but I don't know how much.
I remember they originally did those on the Vapor as well, which had the fast track, so you could change your stance really quickly.
Sure.
And everyone was thinking about it all the rage. I don't know how that tech's gone on. I haven't been in that industry in a while, so I was tell you what to think of them.
Reading some reviews and stuff, mainly positive, I guess.
Yeah. I know they used to have a snow issue. Same thing with its ski bindings did that would break the tension. Anyway, they're probably a lot better than they were.
Well, LDLC have CZs, LDLCZ. That could be a new one. We can make that a thing.
Twanu getting aggressive on the off is going to take down RPK. He'll back off towards CT as well as Alex with the CZ. Remember last time we had CZs, we had Maniac get 4 kills with it.
How many?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Damn.
3 cat sank. It's kind of sad, isn't it?
It's not ideal. In Japanese, you got itchy knee.
Ooh, yeah, itchy. Yeah, it's like the Farmer's Almanac.
Looks like they want to fake out a bit of B presence here. The bomb was jump peeking the corner, I assume, to force out a rotation. They've done that. However, both of the A players who had apartment control are now quickly making their way back towards Banana. So, no real information for the Ts. And the CTs have made the right read here as they are stampeding around the bomb site, making a lot of noise. Boost will come in. Very powerful position. Here comes the execute. Smokes over the wall. Molotovs to follow, I assume, as the Ts are on in. AK-47s in hand. A lot of kills to find here. They do have the Munstuff disadvantage as Keo grab one. Logan with one of his own, and Scream completely blind, running and gunning, finding Logan. Opening up the bomb site. Plan safe at the back of the pond and happy on the lurk as usual. Gets 1.5 kills in Banana as Alex with the CZ. showing why it is so powerful. Not expecting Scream to be up and in his face. And now, with the AWP, he's going to just get absolutely wrecked. 10 rounds on the board for Envy right now. Not the place you want to be if you are LDLC. 3 rounds on the CT side is terrible. You want a few more rounds. You need a few more rounds to work with, and they only have 2K in the bank to invest into weapons, so they are going to have a hard time. They're taking the eco, a couple of pistol upgrades, nothing too exciting for round number 14.
Nade down. Bounced off. It takes a little bit of damage to Keo and Happy. They're going to try and rush this again. We're seeing a lot of these rushes so far in this game from LDLC. Desperation, I think you could call them in this situation, as Scream realizes Devil wants to sneak back underground, but divine intervention from the AK-47 leaves us now at 11 rounds for Envy, 3 for LDLC. And the good news is, if LDLC are going to make us sit through such an unfortunate event, they at least are going to make it quick.
A quick game's a good game, my mum always used to say.
Me too. I say that every day.
Really? I never got the saying, because like if it's not a quick game's not a good game if you lose, right? If you win, sure.
No, but at least it's over with. You can get on to the next one sooner, right?
Yeah, but
I mean, apply that logic to Tinder.
What if it's like the grand final?
Okay, well that's very different, I think.
We want a long game, a long drawn out process. RPK goes
7
down
hours,
early.
some would say.
Look, yeah. 7's a good number.
Who wins this duel?
It shouldn't be XMS, but they are going for an AXQ right here. This is going to be a battle on quad. They are stacked near the bicycle. 4 players of the CT side already on this bomb side. But coming in as Alex spins around. He's going to find XMS circle jumping out of it. Happy's going to do it as well, but there they are. There's 2 big frags for the Envious side. Make that 3. Maniac left alone on the balcony. Could have a lot of impact here. Spam wildly gets 1, gets 2, and this round has just been turned on its head once more.
Envy might come up shy in round 15, and for the 3rd time in a row on Inferno. I don't know if that's actually true. I think one of them was Mirage. But for the 3rd time tonight, we're going to have 11-4 as a score line at half. Somewhere in there's a correct statement. Kiyoshima will work with patience as his ally to try and get the bomb back. It's down toward default, but not planted, as you can tell, as fast as I. Truthfully, I see the same thing you do at home, so in some ways you could probably mute me and get the same result, but I'm here for the sweet nothings whispered in your ears. Kiyoshima with 28 HP is going to get taken down immediately by Maniac.
It's a little bit like a lullaby, I think, Matt. I think, people are sitting there watching some
More of a nightmare.
No. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep the positive vibes flowing. It is good to salvage that 4th round. But unfortunately, I find myself in the same position once more, Matt. Win the pistol, or it's all over. Simple as that for LDLC. No success with that weapon, you can see right there.
Well, with that, we'll get Scream's replay. He's been rather effective, I think we should say, so far in this game. Not according to the statistics based on ADR. It's actually RPK, the tank. As you said, actually, yeah, you're right. Very serious situation, not to make light of it after the major and his illness. Played through it for as much as he could. They had to bring in the coach, in fact, for their last game at the major when they were still in the groups. And he's alive and well, thankfully, very thankfully, and doing well in this server with 112 leads the way. Alex is doing all right, all things considered, if you want to strictly base it on ADR.
I don't ever base any of my analysis on ADR.
That's why I said if you want to. Do you remember when you thought that was like a pig?
I still kind of think it is a pig.
You think it's a hog?
You're probably right. It probably is a dog, but
a dog.
I did think it was a pig.
I could see it if it had a more blunt nose. So pistol underway. Only 8 sets of armor, 5 of which are on EnVyUs' side. So 2 players looking for utility on the terrorists. And Envy hoping that their success on the T side will amount to no bomb plant and they can play this straight on fights. Unfortunately, the fight's not going their way early. Happy takes most of the damage against both Logan and Devil, peeking at the bottom of alt mid on the bridge. Keo and Scream will post up and try and set for a crossfire. Smoke going down. Scream thinks about rotating early. He was positioned to get ahead of it, but now will start to rotate late, having sprayed through it. Don't even get the timing right. Unfortunately, he's left his team for dead. And Devil and Alex finding kills mean LDLC are certainly Looking good for this pistol, more so because Happy is on that 12 HP we mentioned, and they don't have kits.
Quite a nice boost coming out from Envy here to peer in and grab any information or frags that they can. However, no one on the LDLC side overextending. They're going to have a rough time getting in here. XMS gets 1. That's 4 more to find as the retake is on. Diffuse kit, nowhere to be seen. PK pushing for the coffins, going to get gushed. And that's the round done. Nice little execute there.
So Twanu and Logan converge for the kill, and LDLC will indeed take the momentum. Momentum, Chad, it's a real thing.
I wonder if Envy are going to force buy. And just as I asked that question, we see it. They haven't gone all in, haven't used all of their pennies. They've saved a couple for a rainy day. They have upgraded pistols and have smokes. Now, smokes are fantastic to use on eco rounds here on Inferno. You can cut off that mid-choke point, top of banana very effectively and slow down the aggression from the T's. You keep them waiting. It's always good to keep them waiting, keep them wondering. Scream is about to see some players coming his way, and now he will use his smoke. If the T's want to push through, they have to face the CZ75 and the 12 bullets of pain that it can deliver very swiftly. Now, those smokes have been deployed, the T's have dropped back, and they've gone to collect map control elsewhere. LDLC now posturing for banana. Cleared the barrels area, cleared sandbags, and we still have 3 smokes left on the side of EnVyUs. So this is where they come into play. As I said that, Happy throws his out. Buys another 20 plus seconds.
Giving us 50 left to work with. Slightly less when that does fully dissipate. As XMS will wait in front of the quad side. Door to boiler wide open because it's not a door, it's just an open frame.
A frameway.
XMS goes back to the site. Logan will wrap onto the arch with his team, and they'll immediately get in front of the library. Happy's not in a position to peek. They'll go by. He realizes it goes out. There's still one behind. And Devil and Maniac do the damage. Happy goes down. And another round looking like it's going to go the way of LDLC, this time very convincingly.
I think there's a couple of interesting things that just were in play there. If you are going to use the smokes like that, then play close to the choke points when the clock's running down, or completely stack a bomb site together. If they were going to go mid to B as the time was quickly dissipating like that, you still could have played in the bomb site. You didn't necessarily need to play that arch side. You could have tripled hit. You could have had a couple guys stacked in the bomb site. Or you could have played close middle with numbers. And if they were to come out, you've already bought enough time that maybe the chaos, maybe the pressure of the clock would help the kills go in your way. All right, now, EnVyUs, I'm going to have to take another eco. 2 HE is quickly purchased by XMS and Keo. Probably going to be dispatched towards middle or banana. And then aggression down both of those avenues to see if they can pick up any wounded terrorists. These nades I was talking about, they're going to chunk down Alex to 48 points of health and Devil 56 respectively. Those players will be easier to take down if they get into any duels. You have 4 USPs and a CZ. The nades were also trying to be used to force them into a quick A attack. Hey, we've seen 4 nades here. Let's quickly hit A. It hasn't gone that way at all. They've stayed strong. They've stood strong. And they are executing on to B.
Molotovs that'll land on new box perfectly thrown. Take notes, SK. That's the one you're missing in your execution. Alex will work his way in. Devil. He'll start to prod out towards CT. The stack was there. They went away. Now they can go back, but they'll go back and in vain, I'm afraid. As we will get our 3-round spread at the start. Envy. Logan will stay at the tree. Desperate. Maniac's got the kill. Realizes there's more than just one there. He'd love to farm up that cash before we get onto the gun round, but he finds Happy instead. He'll still get some kills. Maniac closing in. at least left nearby. XMS is there, but not willing to fight with 3 HP for whatever reason. He didn't have anything to save. Just didn't feel up to it, I guess.
Sometimes
didn't want to give away the cash.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't want to get out of the bed in the morning. We've all been there.
Oh, every day.
But this is where things get interesting. The money situation after that early pistol upgrade isn't great. XMS has opted for an MP9, curiously. But he does have utility. One thing knows. Everything being lobbed out into Banana. Early nades exchanged as usual. Nothing to see here. However, T's want to go into this quite quickly. Pop flash at the top allows them to sweep on out, clear close quadrants. Top will take down RPK. It's a 4-on-5 post-plant scenario. Devil will get that bomb down very swiftly.
Keo inside of the ruins will do what he can to work back into an angle, but they're actually going to save this early. They're going to make the call now. They want the guns moving forward because they don't want this to spiral out of control. Economic understanding.
It's the right decision. Definitely the right decision. Retaking on this map is so difficult. The C9 versus FaZe series that we had in Katowice, there was only one successful retake, and that went double overtime. That retake was on the CT pistol round for Cloud9. I was just astonished at that map, the fact that no one could find a single opening getting in time and time again. So this one, as far as the stats go, is a great decision by him. Holding onto those weapons. Really good by LDLC. They got in there quick. They used the utility to their advantage. They entered in with the MAC-10. Fantastic.
So a tactical for Envy, and rightfully so. They had a fantastic start to their first half. But now find themselves in a bit of despair.
They need to come out of this now. They've held on to 4 guns, one of which is an MP9, not so fantastic. They also had a bit of utility to boot, so they don't really have too much to complain about. They have a decent stock, a decent chance in this next round, but I would like to see, you know, maybe 3 players pushing halls. Maybe have a 4-man banana stack with 2 players running down, trying to get as many kills as they can, luring the T's into some kind of a B hit. Something a bit outside of the box. Even though there are 2 UMPs and a MAC-10 on the side of LDLC, they still have made the right decisions early in this second half, and that's going to continue as they quickly go into old middle. They're going to make their way up very quickly. Toinu through the Molotov, but going to be greeted by Happy 2. Quick kill. On the way of EnVyUs. Oh no, Scream with a meltdown. Losing a Julda Maniac there, and once more, the bomb site is gifted to LDLC. RPK and Kia, they feel hungrier this time. I want to go for this retake.
RPK swing in toward quad with the AK-47, and they certainly need to start going for these, but not even considering. And Keo a little bit late, not even considering Boiler. That's perfect timing for Maniac to slip between them, and now Keo's probably a decision that's made 2 rounds apart. And LDLC suddenly looks like a whole different team. Look at the money as well.
2 bonus rounds, as you like to put it there, Matthew, in a row for LDLC, being able to hold on to the SMGs, use them with a pace change. So the previous round, they did a B execute very swiftly. And they were a little bit quicker onto the A bomb site, threw the Molotovs, took some duels that EnVyUs weren't expecting, and traded efficiently. And there they're able to get site control, and now we have a menagerie of a buy for that of EnVyUs. Happy with the AWP. There is no AWP player in the server right now because Hadji is not here. We've got XMS standing in for EnVyUs.
It's true, actually. You're right. Which we found very interesting, considering this was supposed to be his debut. Debut! Or en anglais, debut. Scream with the smoke down in front of the door of the apartments will rotate off. He's confident that that enough is a force field. And therefore, they'll push out toward the quad and cover off from the arch. Happy's going to rotate back around on the AWP.
I don't mind this scenario. You would probably want to be either leaning on a bomb site with more numbers, but here, because they have that, it's okay to leave that arch site open. You know you have 2 defenders over towards the B bomb site. You can mitigate any of those issues, worst case. Oh, stepping out wide. XMS with the long-range MP9 kill. I don't see that every day.
You don't. Flashes out, screen, back to the pit. Peek again from Archway. Maximus doesn't really need to do that with no information. Definitely standing behind the bales, but Scream through the smoke gets Envy their first round in a while. Crocodile 5, in fact. So, yes, okay, reset potential, but finally on the board this half.
When you said bicycle, I just thought about Queen's song.
Bicycle, bicycle.
Exactly.
My bicycle. Singing along with Matt in my ear.
No, well, see, you've got it now, though. You're with it. Now I've got you thinking it every time you say bicycle. So.
No, it makes me want to go mountain biking.
Oh, let's stay away from the darkness, shall we?
Yep. It's true.
Alrighty. Standard exchange here, but the only difference is EnVyUs have gambled 3 members over towards the B side early, just to make sure that LDLC weren't going all in on that part of the map. Back to normality. 3-2. And the execute is being set up right now for LDLC. They're throwing that arch smoke. I mean, the AWPer won't be able to find any easy kills. Molotov also secures the porch, so if anyone wants to drop back, they are forced into a duel. Nothing will be close enough, however.
MS. Interesting that they've kind of stacked this position.
I don't mind it, actually. I think it's a nice little change to see. He can find a kill or go down, drop into the pit. They won't be expecting a second as I trip over my words. Here we go, as mid control is well and truly gifted to LDLC. They don't know that yet. Have a wary. Torino is scoped up. Now he's making his way towards the quad side. A sight smoke is coming in. They've created a wall. Molotovs to the pit. The attack is on.
On indeed. So it's a good thing they doubled this position because one's already missed, and so too is the second one. Is going on. How to Scream. Get away with that, but only get 1 kill.
It was unsilenced M4 as well. There's no excuse for not turning around right there. And Devil giving another lifeline, getting over aggressive as 2 of his teammates are very low on HP. RPK is going to capitalize, and it's a 2-on-2 with HP.
The only thing I think is that maybe they thought it was one of their teammates shooting, and there was a little bit of damage. They didn't. That was just not paying attention to details. Yeah. Well, emphasis on detail removed aside, we are going to go to the high HP. That is a detail. We'll go back to that at least. For EnVyUs, because they've got 2 on the retake against both Maniac and Twanu, and they've got to sort where they are first and foremost. They know where Twanu is. Maniac slides out. Keo's got the first kill. Twanu's still in this.
What?
He's not peeking. What? He's going to hold this in the smoke, and Twanu just barely gets through it with the pistol. That's going to give the round back to LDLC. And get ready for it, Reddit user. Momentum, because that's going to be a reset for Envy.
Chugga, chugga.
Chug it.
It's like a steam train.
I think I can.
They have momentum. Trains have momentum. That book? Inertia.
Inertia is a good word for it. Yes, it's going to give the. Let's change it to that. It's going to give the inertia back to LDLC.
Yeah. Well,
it's. Have you know the little engine that could?
Yeah.
I think I can. I think that was my brother's favorite children's book.
This is a tactical timeout coming into you fresh and direct from EnVyUs. Feeling it. They're feeling it. They're up against the ropes. Is this a rope-a-dope situation? They're going to come out swinging. Are they tiring out their opponent, or are they merely out of ideas? Speculation is ripe. As the thinking music dwindles, we're going to get back into it. Have they come up with enough of an adjustment, or will they take a save? Here we go. Any second now. You see they've just gone for a pistol upgrade. USP on screen. P250 for RPK and XMS. Kiyashima and Happy on the CZ75s. Now they've gone for a B stack, 4 members. Well, let's just say the rest of the team, other than Happy, are all part of the stack, as he still opts for the classique, as the French like to call it.
Oui, français.
Happy on the, I'll say lurk, I won't say bait, on the other side of the map, as the rest of the squad are as a unit. This contact plan to B could be completely wrecked here, as this stack is poised to pounce.
RPK can't get anything done. Tries to peek out late from Coffin, so surprise them with the pistol, but that's not gonna work. Look at him go! Straight through the smoke and into the dome of Happy. He'll replace or get another round, I should say. I don't know about replacing. He can't really reverse it. But get another round for LDLC, and certainly against the team that he was replaced on. There we go. We brought it back. 12 to 11.
Always coming full circle. This is a very pivotal round right here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, playing at home. If LDLC are able to put this one on the board, the economy once more for EnVyUs, not looking too crash hot. The loser bonus is something starting to build. However, in these late stages, the momentum of LDLC could be proving too much as Alex will go down to his own Molotov. But before he does so, we'll find RBK. Big scalp to take. Frag as the T's, as we know, have the number disadvantage. As, Scream will find Maniac. Not a lot of damage, however. 14 points of health left on the Belgium. The Swiss, however. A bit like the cheese. Lots of holes.
Swiss
cheese.
Gouda. How Gouda is this round, though?
We have like quite a lot of people from like Central Europe in the server right now.
I do like Central Europe. I need to get to like Austria. You know what? I just need to get enough money in the bank to retire, and then I can just screw off and go drive around.
I want to buy an island, but
good luck.
Scream's on a bit of an island right now.
Wait. I thought he just shot his teammate in the back of the head when I saw 2 yellow names come up.
It was close.
But it was the assist.
It was close. But in the midst of all this, EnVyUs took a B stack, right? They gambled on potentially being B, leaving the lowest HP player on their squad stranded on that A bomb site. He goes down. Now, I've mentioned already that retaking this bomb site is very difficult. It's even more difficult when your in-game leader doesn't have head armor. And there's no utility or defuse kit. So saving is another smart option here, because if they lost this round, they're not going to have much money going into the next, and that would have been game. LDLC would have tied her up. They probably would have had a 13 or 14 on the board without too many issues. And from there, it shouldn't have been much of a drama to close it out. EnVyUs saving the weapons to fight another day. So we know the French do love to wave the white flag, but
now,
those in glass houses.
Good point.
Look, we lost to some emus in a war, so I don't know. I can't really say.
I know, right? The Emu Wars. That was one of the best names. I think it was the Appleseed Cast that had an album called the Emo Wars to make fun of the Emu Wars. Yeah. At least they were like Gen 2 emo, so they could get away with that. Not all that mainstream, not real emo, crap emo.
That's a rabbit hole we can stay
with.
with.
We could definitely. You start with Fugazi, bringing me some Ian Mackay. We could definitely get down that emo hole. Right to Spring, Sunny Day Real Estate.
Let's stay away. Let's stay
Borderline
with the
Foo Fighters with half of Sunny Day.
Let's stay away with the counter.
That's a failed Molotov.
Yeah, but they just wanted to put some flames in the sky. Keep them nice and high. They definitely aren't shy.
Keep going. I'm intrigued.
Kiyashima is trying to pry.
But he might die.
And then he's definitely going to sigh. Oh my, my, my. The B execute is being set up here. Kyo has to stand and deliver. We need some multi-kills out of the Frenchman. Here they come. Molotov over the roof. Once again, he throws that smoke out. Completely blinded up. Nade is way too early, but one through the smoke in the push. The chase is on. Someone is brave enough to get on his heels, but happy with the save.
This is big. This is a big round for Envy to finally pull back, not with a lot of weapons as well. They've got the sight to work with. One who goes to the coffins. He's going to try and hold the plant, all while being attacked through the boards behind. And Alex has Nubox to try and play both angles. He's going to change that up. He feels a little bit more comfortable not being exposed from both sides, although I say that. He's actually going to catch them off. First spray successful, but has to transfer as RBK comes in underneath and he finds the kill immediately. 20 gets XMS back. They know he's in banana. They're going to push him back, and in fact, he just wants to save the AWP. So Envy will get the round. Kyo to hold the defuse. They did not have a kit in this. They didn't have much at the start of this, and yet they keep the lead just barely.
Skin of their teeth. Do you use the skin of their teeth?
Yeah.
You like that one?
Yeah,
I like that one. That's a good one. What other good ones have I heard? I told my joke about the milestone before, but I messed it up. Tactical pause coming out once more as we look at the pretty fish in the pond. LDLC now needs some time to discuss what comes next. Now, it is my job as the color to theorize what comes next. They have had a lot of success with executes until that point on the B bomb site. I think it was Devil who pushed the smoke in pursuit of Kyo. It's a big blunder right there, not one that they necessarily need to make. I think their game plan was sound. They'll probably throw much of the same at them once more. Done a good job of trading. Execute seems to be their bread and butter at this point. Sort of pace change earlier on, but there is the AWP in the hands of Toinu, so I don't think they'll be moving too far away from the defaults into set pieces. We just need to make sure that they play the mid to late rounds with the intent of closing.
The odds on Betway still hold in favor of Envy. They still have the lead, but that might change, and this would be another reset potential. So Envy, with Keo going down early, the newest member, one of the 2 new members, mind you, Haji not here. On the other side of things. It's interesting. Because now they've got problems. They've got to hold to a 2-2 defense. This is going to leave a massive gap toward the Arch side. Smokes down, flashes as well, and Alex is going to push through.
It's a B-split, yeah.
Happy taking out Logan. I think he may have spotted it, and he didn't spot Alex. This may not be a B-split. It looks like the setup for it, and okay, Bomb's going to go back that direction now, but I was going to say if Alex finds Happy, they could easily just swing to the A site, and Alex is flirting with that idea. Bomb's going to wait. They've got 54 seconds. This next kill determines where they go.
Action on Maniac here. This is going to be a big timing for him when he swings out of apps. Let's have a crossfire of XMS and Scream to deal with Alex. Yeah, he's already pushed on right up.
Good find on XMS. Knows he's close to the door, so he'll bypass it. That forces Happy to come out. Scream's already at the shop, and now they know exactly where he is. They know where the op is. Op out in the open as a result of hunting for the kill. And now it's a 3-on-1. Bomb planted, and they'll put a player, like that 2, back up on the balconies or in the apartments, and therefore in a great spot to control the peak toward the default. It's actually not default. I take it back. It's inside of the site, but RPK has other ideas. He wants the op. We go back to a tie game at 13-13.
Another save call coming in from Envy. This is very conservative play, more so than what we normally see. The chase is on Maniac, already with 2 in the round. Very close. He's going to find this kill. He can communicate where he heard RPK. You can see Toinu and Devil are quickly making their way to back Mr. Maniac up. You won't be holding on to that AWP RPK as much as you like, mate. You'll be taken down. And that's a 3rd for Maniac in the round. Very concise little A split there, man. There was lots of, we were right, they flirted with the idea of going back to B, coming back to A, going back to B again, and eventually the Pincer on the A bomb site. Maniac with 19 kills, leading for his team. Alex is the next closest on 18. That's a lot of impact there for him in a pivotal round, late in the first best of 1. Next up we get Nuke, I believe. You excited?
You know what? It's not often that we see it, so I will go along with the simulation and say yes.
I think it's Nuke. Last time I said Train. I'm 90% sure.
Oh, that needs RPK. RP gone.
Hadouken.
Get wrecked. Stands in the corner, bounces back toward him.
It's a frustrating way to go out. Like just being double naded, not even having a chance to make a kill. Rifle drops.
What's the number on your house? It's not 32. You don't live just there on the left?
In Australia, I live on number 1. Actually, in Germany and Australia, both number 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's your unit, though.
Well, in Australia, it was my mum and dad's house.
Oh, okay. I was 66, now I'm 509.
Yeah, and then I don't have a unit number. It's the building number.
Right, okay.
It's weird. In Germany, they don't have
Chad number 1.
They don't have there's no number on my apartment's door. It's just like the name.
Ah, gotcha.
It's weird.
Interesting. Yeah, hard to tell people where to send the post.
Yeah.
XMSMP9 looking for kills, pushing to... Boy, that's not mid. Alex will take down Scream, who does decide to look toward middle. Now, what does XMS do with that information? That is the question.
I hope he goes for a knife kill.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a great idea. Not bad. From a range with the MP9. Do they even know? Do they know? Do they care? Because they're busy going elsewhere. Ooh. XMS will track them down, chase it out, and he'll find Devil as well, the MP9. Looking mighty fine, as it's just Maniac and Toinu. They at least get a bomb planted. Double up on an MP9, but that one is looking quite good.
Using it as a laser beam there, taking the jewels, tapping away, finding the headshots, and giving EnVyUs a chance in this round. Maniac once more in that clutch position of the apps. Will be making his way around the world.
Dead. And that means XMS would be as well. He's found by Toinu instead, but it would have been a double down for Maniac. Happy's got to bail out, and LDLC, after a traumatic first half, will find themselves with a lead for the first time. It was 11-4 at that aforementioned halftime.
That's a bit disappointing.
I would not be happy right now, having to hold on to that AWP, not getting a chance to get stuck in, not being able to retake. Here's the laser beam of the MP9 of XMS coming into play once more. Here's the replay for you, in case you missed it. Maybe you were alt-tabbed. That's 3 massive kills right there. Unfortunately, not able to do anything with it. The money not looking great for Envy. 3 USPs. Max upgraded with the Deagle and the Kevlar and a smoke. Happy's going to have to be a miracle worker with the AWP, and he's not normally the type of guy who goes too aggressive. And as I say that, getting taken down by Maniac's Molotov, pushing like a madman through apps. He gets shredded through the wall. We all know how paper thin they are. That's 3 kills, all taking place in that part of the map. Devil finds RPK. Now Kiyoshima is looking around thinking, where the bloody hell did my teammates go? Because it's just him with 1:20 left on the clock.
Yashima down by Devil. And he's got them on map point. I am bloody surprised.
I say that a lot, don't I?
What, bloody? Yeah, there's a couple other words you say. Sometimes if you... don't ever use them in the same sentence. Let's just put it that way. That would be only a periodic episode.
Okay. Final round. A mixed buy coming out from EnVyUs once more. Low utility, no defuse kits, not a single Molotov. Famous in the hands of Happy. 2 silenced M4s, 2 M4 A4s, and a lot of kills to be found. Now, I'm not going to put it past him here because these Frenchmen love a good heads-up duel. So far, they've been out-executed, and they might need an economist on the team because the money game has not been a strong suit for them. The 4 spies, or those saves that they've gone for time and time again, appear to have backfired. A couple of rounds where the weaponry wasn't enough to get them going. This is a very peculiar stat coming out from Kyo and RPK right now. I don't even know if they'll have to use it. There's a minute left on the clock. Tees are still posturing in their default positions. They have banana control. They have boiler control. They've got halls under wraps. RPK now pushing with aggression, seeking out information. 2 players waiting to receive. Devil up close. Is he going to swing? Yes, he is. There's one. Spam to the second, but Kyo will trade, and now it's a 3-on-4 situation.
Scream takes down Maniac. Yep, very, very good, because now they've got it back to a 3-on-3 situation with 34 seconds and a very thinned out offense. I know that sounds bizarre, but they are split out across the map and therefore going to have to regroup inside of Banana. They're going to do it while still allowing Alex to go on the offensive. He's managed to cross over toward water without the ailment of smoke, which may mean Happy thinks they're further away and is not ready for Alex to punch him square in the noggin.
Every piece of the puzzle for LDLC seems to be falling into place here as they're so close. 1 kill now away from 16. Being victorious over their fellow Frenchman, EnVyUs here. And the first best of 1 for them this evening. And in week number 2, Scream with a tall task. No defuse kit, as previously mentioned. Flashbang, though, will come out. It's the tip of the roof. No one peeks. No one dares to step out into the open. And Alex will take him down with the AWP. And that is the first map going in the way of LDLC. A bit of an upset there. I think it was looking really good for EnVyUs early on, but fell apart. A really good T-side from LDLC as they executed after executed and managed to take the game.
That's, yeah, it's pretty shocking. I mean, LDLC is one of the teams we're talking about with AGO being near the bottom of the league right now, so Envy, how troubling is this? Obviously making changes coming into this, bringing Kiyoshima and then playing with XMS, but it's 1-0 in the home and home, as we've dubbed it, for LDLC. They'll take the win. Any win that they can get. We'll take a break, and we'll see in a minute.